Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Briefly going to be explaining to you guys some mistakes that you make during BJ. I have done a lot of videos on BJ, so it's more like a recap. Number one is using your teeth. The first time that I created content relating to BJ, my cousin saw it and he laughed. He told me he saw my video that I did a great job, that he is scared of BJ, that he met this girl one time and the girl gave him BJ, but the girl used her teeth, and since then he has been so afraid because of that singular mistake from the girl. It's very bad for you to use your teeth. Some people like it, but it depends. You do not use your teeth during BJ except for exceptions, except the person personally tells you he likes it and he wants it, and then he will tell you how to go about it. On a normal, you just met your boyfriend or you just got married to this person, you've never done BJ for them before, and you assume that they will like your teeth because maybe you've done it to your past ex and he likes it. Don't do it. If they want it, they will tell you to use your teeth. Or even if you want to try out and see what they like, but don't even do it, please. The skin there is very tender and sensitive, so you don't want to go harsh on it. Even when you're sucking it, you're going to use a lot of lubricant because you don't want to chafe it. That is another mistake you make, not using lubricant. I'm not saying that it's a must you use lubricant, but if you don't use lubricant, you can use maybe oil or a lot of spit. If it will mean that you will pour a lot of it on your palm and rub it across and then use your wet mouth to do the work, better. But you don't just go ahead using your hands to rub on a dry joystick. You will chafe him, you will cause him bruises. That is the second mistake some of us make, and sometimes some men do not like. After this horrible experience, they don't want anybody to do that to them again. Try and make sure that it's well moisturized or well lubricated before you play with your mouth, your tongue, your fingers, or your hands. The next mistake is avoiding his balls. Who told you that his balls doesn't have sensitive areas, that they are not turned on by the touch and the suck of it? In as much as you're not doing much there, they enjoy any touch you will do there, any slight gentle touch you will do there. Don't ignore his balls. When you ignore it, is a mistake you're making. How do you play with his balls? This is like the main point that made me to come up with this topic. It is very easy to play with their balls. You can use your finger or your nails and just run through it. Maybe while you're using one hand to hold and using your mouth, you can use this other hand to just play guitar on the balls. Just the small touch, they are feeling something. And the other way you can play around it is using your mouth. You use your mouth like you're blowing a balloon. You lick it, make sure that there is wetness around it. When you lick it, it's spit around, you blow cool air. There's a very, very good sensation. Let me show you an example of another way you can play with it. Assuming that this is the ball, you put it in your mouth. There's this sound it makes, something like that. That is like the common way. It's not something you want to suck it out like you're trying to suck out even if you're trying to suck out the baby's nose, you're gentle with it. You don't want to suck a brain joint. Whenever you're playing with the balls, you have to be very careful with that area. It is very sensitive and it is like an egg. If you know the way you will handle egg, you handle egg with care. You carry it like a baby because any small mistake, it will break and become useless. That is how you handle that area. When you touch it, you feel it's very soft and it's moving around like an egg. Please handle with care. Be very careful. Some people are scared of people playing around this thing with their mouth, and if they are not using their joystick to go into it, they are not doing any other thing with that thing there because of the past bad experience they've had. You don't want to ruin someone's generation, please. So very, very tough and good and important point is to play with his balls. There are different ways you can play with it. You can also play with it with an ice. You can bring an ice. It's going to make him to shrivel. I'm just selling it the way I feel in my head. Or you use wet sweet lollipop around there and then use your tongue to lick around it. any movement, any gentle movement you make around there, it is much appreciated. It is very much appreciated. Another mistake you make for yourself is going to deep throat when you don't know what you can take, and that ends up making you to gag, and you end up maybe vomiting on him, and that's very disgusting. So when you're gagging, know what you can take. If you know you can't take everything there, use one hand to bridge some gaps. As you're doing it, the ending part is hitting here. It still feels like everything is going in. Just try to put it up your throat or choke it here. Once it gets the cap shooting or filling somewhere, when you're doing it, prevent your teeth, please. They already know that, they feel that it is getting down to your throat because the cap is hitting somewhere. That is another trick or technique of doing deep throat without actually doing deep throat. It is a mistake on your part when you don't know what you can take and you go ahead and gag and vomit on them. So avoid this mistake. Another mistake you make during BJ is maybe not using your hands. You think that your mouth can do everything. Your hand is part of it. BJ is more like joining hand job and then using your mouth as well to get a mind-blowing BJ. So you're not doing the hand job that much, but the noise is too much. Involve your hands and your mouth. When you're in an intimate moment and you want to enjoy yourself, you want to give your best, use everything in you to do it. You can play with anything in your body to get the pleasure or to give the pleasure that you want to give out. Forgetting that your hands is part of the job is another mistake on your part because you want to give the person a mind-blowing. So these are the few mistakes. I'm sure there are others, but these ones are the ones I can remember. I'm just in my mood and I decided to talk. And when you put some of these things into consideration, you will become better at it. I'm going to see you next time on the next one. Bye.